It started as a movement, an evolution of values: freedom, equity, empowerment, peace, dignity, justice. It mattered then, it matters now.
In 1886, young unemployed single women didn't have the freedom to live and work independently. 5 women decided to act: Harriet E. Ide, Anne E. Dennison, Elizabeth J. McMillan, Annie C. Dunham, Alice C. Brown. They were married, wealthy, established, but they knew many women were not. So they founded an organization that would become YWCA Columbus. They knew that young women needed housing before they could gain true freedom and stability. In January 1887, they opened a 12-room boarding house. Later that year, they opened a day nursery and a kindergarten in the same building. Women who could not pay were welcomed while they searched for work. And as it grew, YWCA remained downtown, present, accessible, needed.
By 1945, nearly every aspect of YWCA Columbus was integrated, except one program, the Health Education Department. But YWCA leaders knew the system wasn't right. They didn't stop pushing for equity for all. In 1946, YWCA Columbus hosted its very first membership night. And for the first time, all YWCA members were able to swim together, black and white. But backlash was immediate. The resistance was loud, but it didn't reflect YWCA. Membership nights continued, and within a few years, YWCA Columbus was completely desegregated.
In 1972, the Columbus Dispatch wrote that Ohio had a slim chance of ratifying the Equal Rights Amendment. Mary Miller refused to accept SLIM. The chairperson of the Public Affairs Committee for YWCA and president of the Ohio Coalition for the Equal Rights Amendment, Mary empowered women across Ohio to voice their support to state legislators. She wrote letters, distributed information, coordinated county coalitions, and organized a rally in January of 1974 with over 1,000 attendees. Less than a month later, the amendment was ratified on February 7, 1974. Mary wrote that the success was due to the mobilization of 36 organizations across 54 counties. She knew empowerment comes from community-based organizing, giving women the training, information, and confidence to use their voices for change. And in 1988, YWCA recognized Mary's lifelong work as a woman of achievement.
In 1990, YWCA Kids Place began in Westerville with a simple mission: give kids a safe place to stay after school. The program was simple: an art project, a snack, some physical activity. In the early 2000s, Kids Place began something new, a program called Adventures in Peace. Kids Place started teaching kids how to solve problems independently, providing worksheets and activities for conflict resolution. Teaching children skills for peace was and still is vital to a future where conflicts are resolved without violence, with safety, equity, and belonging. Over 25 years later, Kids Place continues to teach peace through a social, emotional learning and community engagement with 23 locations, serving nearly 2,000 children in 2025. Kids Place is building a peaceful future for generations to come.
YWCA continued to work toward its goal of dignity for all, especially those without a home. In the early 2000s, unhoused families in Columbus turned to the Interfaith Hospitality Network for a place to spend the night. YWCA was responsible for 24-hour operation of the network, but it was outdated and overcrowded, and YWCA knew families deserved a solution that treated them with dignity, not despair. YWCA rallied corporate partners and local governments to fund a desperately needed family center with 50 private rooms. When the building opened in 2005, It was more than just a shelter. It was childcare, after-school tutoring, job training, food, and one-on-one support from a team of dedicated volunteers and staff. During its first 10 weeks, the Family Center provided shelter and support to almost 170 families, and more than 7,500 families have found stability, safety, and hope at the Family Center in its first 20 years.
In 2020, a global pandemic coincided with a national racial justice awakening. YWCA recognized the need for accessible social justice training that simply did not exist in the Columbus community. So they created their own. It focuses on the historical context of institutional racism and how it leads to modern-day inequity. The video debuted at the Activists and Agitators virtual event in October 2020. Support from corporate partners and local foundations allowed YWCA to expand the program into the Justice, Equity, and Belonging social enterprise, combining the video with live facilitated trainings for organizations big and small. YWCA grew their team from 2 people to 6, with dedicated employees for advocacy work. With each training, YWCA builds a network of agents for social change, creating hundreds of ripple effects leading to the collective liberation of the community.
140 years, 6 enduring values, from dignified housing to teaching children skills for peace, from equal access to resources to justice in the fight against racism, from empowering women to raise their voices to ensuring women have the freedom to work. YWCA continues to grow, to fight, and to expand its work for women and families. The moment has changed. The mission has not.